But those with some basic understanding of the Fool's game know the worst card in the tarot deck is the Tower, or level 16. 1 and 6. The Magician and the Lovers, or love ruined by another one, will create a Tower of Babel quickly. This card is mirrored by the Chariot, or the 7. 1 plus 6 is 7. The law of man carried by a woman. The Tower is never a good card, and therefore level 16 is not pleasant. This is where a player who has made it through the ego, the other, either a 1 or a 2, family, money, church, love, state, and gain the strength needed for thought, deals with their fate so they could make it through the gate to find the ladder of fate across the bridge of death to claim the prize of peace of mind, only to be placed in bondage by an evil presence, is destroyed by all that he has done in the game. 2 8s, strength, man and woman, or the doubling of time, or twice infinity, is one of the fastest routes to level 16. The endless Mobius strip of existence in a double climb bottle, which will only result in the wrath of the gods, God or Marcia. The prize awarded in level 14 is taken back due to a player's obvious failure in the game. This is the card of the ego gone wrong, of reaching beyond one's means. Given the Mobius strip, Klein bottle, Tower of Babel, it is certain a player do not play level 16 merely one time, but over and over. Each time a player builds an empire or a tower, or thinks he has mastered the Fool's game, there is a correction to the score. Through the zodiac, the Tower is connected to the Hermit or Sagittarius, the Iota Pi, nothing and everything. This would link the lies of 9 with the Tower. It's the wrath man is dealt by the forces of nature, or the Mother, the 3, and the 10, and the 12. 3 brings death to the Tower. 1, the Magician, only needs the devil to be dealt the Tower. Or the 1 and the Lover, or the Magician and the 6, will lead to the Tower. In other words, another one will destroy lovers. Oddly, the girl who holds the secrets can find the Tower with ease, as all she has to do is look what she is guarding, or open Pandora's box. The Emperor needs to dominate faith to find the wrath of God. The holy man only needs to embrace the universe to find damnation. The lovers only need a bad spin on the wheel of fortune or fate to earn the spite of God. The Chariot, the force of man's laws, only needs the idea to build a tower to reach 16. The Hermit needs the Chariot to reach 16, which is so unlike a hermit, as he is the king of nothing, or 9. The Wheel of Fortune only needs lovers to make the wrong bet. Justice, 11, needs the holy man, which universal justice does not need or even notice. Thus, justice and level 16 are linked together, as they dispense hardship to players who fail to play in the proper manner. Faith, or rather religion, only has to be corrupted by the wealthy and the greed of the emperor to suffer the wrath of the gods, making 12 like 11 and 16. Death has no need for the tower. It only helps in getting 3 to 16. Temperance only needs to visit 16 if asked by the 2. And why would the innocent ask the goddess to subject herself to level 16? Other than a 2 is 14 and dreaming of 16. and does not know any better. The devil is always looking for the one to build the Tower of Babel. This is the number one reason a magician ends up being cast out of the Tower of Lies by God. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 wealthy men, emperors, can easily create a tower. Level 16 is a good time to mention leveling down. No one wants to be on level 16 for very long, and sometimes forward progression is not always possible. For example, to return to level 14, a player needs to seek out the 2, and if she is offered balance, they will return. The next 3 levels are the key to the triunity of the duality. It is here the fool's game becomes rather interesting and extremely telling. The 17th card is the star, and not stars. To those skimming by on the bottom levels of levels, this card is nothing more than a card representing the stars, but those on higher levels know the great importance of the star plays in the fool's game. In the zodiac, 17 is Rho, as in Theta Rho or the Scorpion, which is G-based and has sexual overtones. Rho means head, like Rahu. Those behind the lies of 9 like to pretend the star does not exist, while praising or worshiping the star at the same time. The star is known by many different names: the dark star, black hole sun, the dragon, planet X, Rahu, and Ketu. Most players of the fool's game have seen the star, but were told it was the Earth's shadow or the moon, when in fact it is the star that eclipses the sun and the moon. The star moves in an opposite direction of the sun and the moon, as well as in a unique pattern which seems to have a 17-year cycle. Banking cultures like to keep the star hidden in plain sight, on flags, logos, and in songs. The Freemasons place the star in the center of their artwork. To reach level 17, the glory of the star, the one, the magician, needs the tower, which is a horrible idea. The high priestess needs the devil, which is also a horrible idea. The empress, the mother, needs temperance to see the star. The emperor must suffer death or level 13 to make it to 17. The emperor must suffer death or level 13 to make it to level 17. See Freemason Rite of Passage, Shirtless Psyops Theater. Their Hierophant needs to become the hangman, which is something a holy man would never think of doing. Not enough drapings and luxury or fandom for a holy man to want to pursue. The lovers need universal justice to see the star. The chariot needs the wheel in the sky to reach the star. Strength has a strong link to the star, as 1 and 7 make 8. Therefore, the fool's game is telling us the star is powerful, a source of strength. No wonder those behind the lies of 9 do not want everyone knowing this fact, or any real fact for that matter. 1 and 7 make 17, providing the magician and the chariot, but more likely the second temperance, an easy route to 17, as the law of man makes no mention of the star. Strength in thought, or the power of the hermit, is a quick road to 17. From the wheel in the sky, balance is all that is needed, as the chariot often fails in this regard. In other words, this easy link has been severed by those behind the lies of 9, or perhaps by the fool, or maybe even the players themselves. Cosmic justice only needs love to see the star. The hangman needs the hidden teachings of the Hierophant to reach the star. Very doubtful. The death has no need for the star, will serve as the bridge for the emperor to reach level 17. Temperance only needs the mother to make the short trip to 17. The devil always wants a 2, and the tower only needs another 1. And good luck with that one. When it comes to reaching 17 and seeing the star, 3, 6, 9, the magic numbers of man, all have an easy route to level 17. There's a reason 12 does not. Level 18 is the moon. In the zodiac, 18 is Sigma. However, there are only 22 cards in the higher arcana, and 24 halves, male and female, to the zodiac. Given 19 in the zodiac, Tau, or the male side of Virgo, the Virgin, the Zeta 6 and 7, I'm willing to place the moon, or 18 of the tarot, as 19 in the zodiac, as Tau is a better representation of the moon than scales or 2 snakes climbing a staff. 1 and 8, the magician and strength. 1 and 8 are 9. The hermit who stands alone at night on the mountaintop naturally has a fast route to the mysteries of the moon. The magician can also access level 18 via the star, as understanding the star helps understanding the moon. Woman's direct connection with the moon makes for a rough journey to level 18. For a young girl, it is a visit to the tower. For the mother, it's a deal with the devil. Sexual men howl at the moon, while women are cursed by it. Driving this home, the emperor only needs temperance to reach the moon. To the Hierophant, the moon is death, and therefore avoided. Lovers have a virtual free pass to level 18, as 666 is 18. If the lovers need another way to the moon, they can reach it through 12, or faith in each other. Another cakewalk to the moon. Lovers own the moon. 9 just thinks it does. 7 and 11 will get you to the moon. Just like having strength or good luck at the Wheel of Fortune is a surefire way to find the moon. Double 9 and you have 18, which is easy in a game dominated by the tri-unity of duality. From the wheel in the sky, strength is the only thing needed to open level 18. The universe, or justice, only needs balance, or, which almost occurs never, the balanced law of man, to find the moon in the sky at night. The hangman, or fate, only needs love, while death requires the holy man. Temperance only needs a wealthy man to own the moon. The devil wants an empress, and the tower requires its prisoner, the high priestess, to reach the moon. The star only needs the one. Then again, it's the star, the moon and the sun, which are the centerpiece of the tri-unity of the duality of the fool's game. As you can see, all but the Hierophant can find the moon with ease, and women are cursed by it, and therefore find themselves on level 18 countless times during their stay in the fool's game. Death and the moon are often linked together. This link is the 5. Man. Holy Wars of the Holy Man. The last prime numbered card in the tarot is the sun. The sun and the star often fight over the moon. Therefore the reason the moon is in the middle. The sun, or level 19, is 1 and 9. The magician and the hermit. A powerful combination or life cycle. 1 and 9 is 10, or the wheel in the sky, the great clock. Just like the moon is better served by a slight alteration in the zodiac versus the tarot, the sun, or 19, is perfectly matched by 20 in the zodiac, which is the female half of Leo. One only needs the moon, which is easy to reach, to make it to the sun. The high priestess needs to understand the star to understand the sun. The empress has to deal with the tower to make it to level 19, as mothers are down to earth and do not want their children chasing after the sun. The mother and the wayward son. The emperor will need to make a deal with the devil to make it to the light of the sun, as a wealthy man does not have time to enjoy level 19. The Hierophant only needs to embrace the triple love goddess, the Virgin Mary, to see the sun. To the lovers, the sun, or the light of day, is the kiss of death. The law of man needs the hangman, but the hangman does not need the laws of man. Strength needs the backing of the universe, the heavens, to enter level 18. The hermit only needs to know the great wheel in the sky to find level 18. And the wheel in the sky only needs thought to comprehend the sun. The heavens, or 11, just needs a little strength. The hangman does not need to see the sun, as he has no need for the laws of man. However, with balance or temperance as the 7th, it is impossible for the 12th not to see the sun or the light. Death is not a fan of the sun, but will gladly take lovers there. Temperance, or the triple love goddess, might provide the balance needed for the 5, man, the holy man, to see the sun. She would more likely use a 2 and a 3. The devil does not like the light, but will take an emperor on a dime, or for a dime. The tower is glad to see the 2, now back as a 3, and will gladly show her the sun instead of the moon. The star only needs to obtain a 2 to shine like the sun, while the moon only needs the 1 to make the move to 19. The sun, the moon, are easier to reach than the star. This is due to the star's quirky nature or pattern, or cycle, which is counter to the sun and the moon. Judgment is a heavy card in the tarot deck, and in the Fool's Game. This is not the judgment of man, but the source, the game master, the owner. It is on level 20, the 2 and the Fool's 0, that a player's score is totaled up and judgment is rendered. Its connection to the zodiac is a bit perplexing, and I could be wrong. Psi, or the male half of Taurus, is related to judgment, as Taurus is the mother. It is also possible it is the Omega, or the female half of Aries, the original fire, or the N, which is related to judgment. Perhaps both, as judgment comes for both sexes. 20 in Roman numerals is XX, which the center form a cube, or the Martia, the center. The biggest bang in the Fool's Game. Naturally, the High Priestess and the Fool get easy access to judgment. No other card or player in the Fool's Game is as pure as the High Priestess. This is why the 2 and not the 1. The 1 is the 1. The 1 full of pride, ego, lust, sin, the need to create. While 2 merely holds the secrets to the game, which she is rightfully unaware. The magician needs the sun to reach level 20, or judgment. Not as easy as a route as the High Priestess, but almost. The 2 and her connection to the moon is another quick route to judgment, albeit a rather messy one. The mother only needs the star to reach level 20, a bit harder, but still a relative cakewalk. The Emperor's path to judgment is through the tower, not a place a player wants to reach judgment from, as that judgment will be the worst possible. The holy man will be judged by the devil, or will be seen as being tied to the devil. Fittingly, 4 holy men have a clear path to judgment. Perhaps the 4 corners, the 4 horsemen, 4 5s is 20. I do not know what is a worse fate in level 20, that of a holy man or a wealthy man. Lovers only need the approval of the triple love goddess to be granted a positive judgment. The law of man, the 7, will need to face death if 7 is to find judgment. In the old 7, the second temperance would be the balance to death that life brings to the fool's game. However, I like how the law of man will face death at judgment. Strength and the hangman are the golden ticket to level 20. The hermit has the justice of the universe, the heavens, or 11, to take him to judgment. 2 10s make 20, or the duality of the great mother, the wheel in the sky, is at 2 with judgment. You could say it is the wheel's job to judge, twice for balance and accuracy. Justice and judgment are both the same realm of thought, hence the ease in which thought is used to go from justice to judgment, or the reverse. The hangman who has strength, then again, what hangman does not have strength? And this is a very easy road to level 20. Death has no issue with judgment. Death is the bailiff in the courtroom of the fool's game. He is there to escort everyone to the judge, the Marcia, the 2 fool. Temperance has the free pass of lovers to make it to 20. The devil, 15, or 3 holy 5s will bring a holy man to judgment, thus creating the 4 horsemen. 16 needs a wealthy man to build a tower, to be judged again on level 20. The star only needs the mother. The moon only requires a 2, and the sun only needs a 1. Judgment is like death, and is guaranteed to find each and every player at least once during the fool's game. It is the code of 7, or the difference between death and judgment. What is the score all depends how 1 or 2 played the fool's game. The world, as it truly is the gift for those whose judgment was favorable. In the zodiac, Phi, or the male half of Delta Phi, or Cancer, is mathematically linked to the golden ratio of 1.618300. This just feels like the best representation of the world of the remaining Greek letters, Chi and Psi. That is, if judgment is both Psi and Omega. Level 21, 2 and 1. The 2 and the 1. Like the start, the 1 and the 2, and the middle, the 12, 1 and 2. The end, or the perceived end, features the 1 and the 2, but the order is reversed or mirrored for the obvious duality. For this reason, the 2 and the 1, and in that order, can see the real world with ease. 2 and 1 is 3. The mother is the world. 21 is 7 times 3. This makes no sense when dealing with the law of man, but works perfectly well when we are talking about the duality of temperance, which was removed by the Liars of 9 to make it rather difficult for a player to play the game. This is why they are in bondage on level 15. To reach level 21, the world, the magician needs to reach level 20 or judgment. As this could be rather difficult, a better route is letting the two lead. The two can make a journey to the world without the one. If the high priestess needs to reach the world without the one, she only needs the light of the sun to see the world. But then again, she is the two. The Empress also has the moon, or the moon has her to make her see the world. The emperor, the wealthy man, has to be able to see the star before he can see the world. The Hierophant has a trip through the wrath of the gods, God, or level 16, before he is allowed to see the world. Lovers will need to go through hell before they will see the world as it really is. The law of man, or 7, needs temperance or balance. In the past, temperance appeared both in either 6 and 7 position, as well or separate from level 14. 8 or strength only needs death to make it to level 21, the world. The hermit needs the hangman, which are rather similar to begin with. The wheel, the sky, need the universe or 11. Once again, rather similar. Just as the universe needs the wheel in the sky to see the world, or the hangman needs the hermit, death needs strength to reach level 21. Temperance does not need the laws of man, but in the past simply had temperance. In other words, the Great Mother can see the world as it's her world. The devil needs lovers, or love, to see the world. The tower needs the holy man to take the wrath of God. The star needs the emperor or the champion to find his place in the world, or to be seen in the world. The moon naturally has the empress, the mother, while the sun has the high priestess. Judgment only needs the one to render the world. The world, the game board in which we all play the fool's game, if we believe it or not. Which brings us to the first and last card in the deck, often credited as the 22nd card, as in Catch-22, the Fool. In some decks, there are 3 fools to bridge the gap between the zodiac and the tarot. One between 9 and 10, the thoughts of man and the wheel in the sky, which requires a bridge, as does death. Other fools are often placed in these 2 positions. This is why there is more than one joker in a standard deck of cards. Now, how does one get to true 0 is the biggest question in the fool's game. Besides the fool, only 10, the wheel in the sky, and 20, the judgment, have a 0. Both are clues to who is in charge of the game and the only visible path. Judgment is rather final, a bit of a last resort type of thing, which every player will be provided with at the end of the game. The less threatening way would be through 10, or the great wheel in the sky, the Martia, the cube, the source, the great computer, God. Names players use to describe the power of this world do not concern the center. Only certain players care to fight over semantics. The fool is you, but you must not only believe it, you have to have learned it and earned it before you have the right to be the fool, or you will be less than 0, a fault fool. The fool knows what this world is. He has everything that this world has to offer that is worth of value in his tiny knapsack. His back is to the world, thus the reason for the smile on his face. He knows he is the man, but not just any man. He is the fool. The joker who can tell the truth because he does not care what other people think of him. He would rather walk with his dog looking for the simple to see the complex, while looking at the complexities of man, than nothing more than a simple card game based in basic math and understanding. The fool has no problem telling the polite all he knows, as he knows no one will believe a fool. This is why the fool can do and say things no other player in the game can. He's immune to the rules of the game, or rather, he is the exception. Even better yet, he is the game. He has no perceived value, and does not change the value of another card in the deck, yet can alter the meaning of each card, or level, greatly. Only through time and division can the fool reduce every card in the deck to nothing. Until then, the fool will keep circling around and around to fool everyone into thinking they do not have a clue where they are going. Of course, the fool knows exactly where he is going. He is already there. He is right where he needs to be. Nowhere, in the middle of nothing, because he knows he is everywhere, and this is everything.